Love. It's a profound thing. We all have it or have the ability to express it. We can all experience it. We've all seen it. And at the end of the day, it's more important than anything. Google describes it as an intense feeling of deep affection, a great interest and pleasure in something, feeling deep affection for someone, or to enjoy very much. Plato describes love as absolute beauty and the idea of a heavenly and earthly love. Aristotle describes love as and even places more emphasis on the friendship part of love and the loving family members rather than like the beauty and romantic part of love. And Cicero pointed out that the Latin root of love, amor, from which the word friendship or the Latin root amicita is derived from. Eros, or more commonly known as Cupid, was the god of love in Greek mythology, and he was known for sparking a flame of love in the gods or men. Agape was the Greek word of love. An older Frenchman named Lacan said love is giving something you haven't got to someone who doesn't exist, and Einstein says love is the fundamental force that drives the universe. These are all very smart people describing love. So what do you describe love as? Is it a feeling or force? Is it not rather in the big things but in the small things? Is it being there for someone or showing romantic affection? Is it doing everything in your power to protect and care for your close ones? Is it making sacrifices, hard sacrifices that might make your life worse, to make the people in your life you love so much more fulfilled and happy? Yes, this is love. Or they're more like effects of love. All these amazing things that the power of love drives us to do are the effects of love more than love itself. Love is bigger. Love is more. You can love someone which influences your decisions and actions to express your love for them, but then I have the question, what is just love? Not the effects of love, but just love. And how and why are we able to love, especially if the Big Bang Theory is true and we're all just a ball of random living cells? I like how Einstein put love. He said, love is the fundamental force that drives the universe. Love is the thing keeping us moving forward. It's the thing that keeps us fighting when we don't even know what we're fighting for. Love keeps this universe alive, and sometimes it's the only thing we have to give us a glimpse of hope for our future. Love is so much bigger than liking someone and having butterflies in your stomach. It's so much bigger than what we romanticize love to be. Love is literally the most important thing ever, and it's so incredibly big you physically can't fathom it because it's a force outside of our time and understanding universe. This is kind of a weird analogy, but have you seen Interstellar, the movie? If you haven't seen the movie, I would go recommend watching it because I'm about to spoil part of the ending, and it's a long movie, so I get it if you don't have time. But pretty much, the protagonist dad guy goes out into space, and then through a weird portal thing where time is a physical place, he can travel to all his moments in life as if he's watching his life in an infinite room outside of the universe. In this room, he tries to communicate with his daughter through gravity to try and convey a message to pretty much not let the past version of his dad leave, because then he would never come back, as the movie concludes. After not knowing what to do, he uses the last form of communication he knows so that he can travel outside of the universe, which is love. This then gives what the daughter needs to know it was her dad communicating with her all along. Even a movie can describe love not by its effects, but kind of start to scratch the surface of what really it authentically is. Bear with me if you're not Christian, because seriously the Bible has some great insight on what love is. 1 Corinthians 13:4-7 says, "Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful. It is not arrogant or rude. Love does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrong, but rejoices in the right. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things." This verse describes the actuality of what love is and its effects that it could possibly produce. Galatians 5:22 lists the fruits of the Spirit, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law. Paul here is talking about what a spirit-filled person looks like, a person filled with God, and the first thing he mentions is love. This just shows how important and significant it is, and I don't think it's a coincidence that he places this here either. A person who's filled with the Spirit knows what love is and how to deal with it, and vice versa. Also, all of the fruits of the Spirit come from love, which is another reason why I think love is listed first. It's through love that joy is made complete, it's through love that peace is shared, it's through love that patience is exercised, it's through love that kindness is shown, it's through love that goodness is manifested, it's through love that faithfulness is upheld, it's through love that gentleness is expressed, and it's through love that self-control is practiced. All of these godly attributes are stemming from love, because love is the greatest attribute. Paul shows us this in 1 Corinthians 13:13, where it says, "So now faith, hope, and love abide, these three, but the greatest of these is love." Why does Paul emphasize love so much? Why is love the most important above all the godly attributes? And why do godly responses or outcomes come as effects of love? What is the essence of this love that causes all this? That makes us stay up at night supporting someone or even just making a sandwich for someone? The love that isn't its effects, but rather causes the effects to manifest in our own known tangible universe that we see every day by people we care for, but is still also noticeable outside of time and reality itself. God. That is the only explanation we can wrap our heads around. God is the essence of this love we long for, and love is God. No definition you look up will tell you that. Most philosophers won't even tell you that. But it's the only way we can explain this unimaginable, amazing, unexplainable essence. Love transcends our understanding because there's so much of it. That's why we can only explain it as God. And that's why also God gives us all the love we will ever need because He is it. We can't experience love outside of God because He created it and is it itself, which also tells us that love will never leave anybody. Love will never leave you, I promise you that, and you will always be loved. God created you out of His loving hands, not because He had to or because He needed to, not because you had the right to live or even because you had the right to be loved. God did not have to love you, and everything would still be perfectly just. But because He cares for you so much, and I mean so much, I'm really trying to put this into perspective right now. He loves you so unbelievably much and created you to be loved. Every other even attempt at love apart from God will always fail. I'm not saying relational love with a close person in your life isn't real or is against God's will. I'm not saying that your love of something, like a passion or sport, isn't there. It's okay to love those things, but love apart from God isn't real. The only reason we would ever feel unloved is because we're looking for love in the wrong places, in the wrong people. Look to God and love Him, long for Him, spend time with Him as an effect of love for someone you care about, because He loves you and wants to spend time with you. You can love other things, but ultimately if you love them more than God, then that love is meaningless. God's love for you is above anything. So even though we're not perfect, we need to try and love God above everything too. We'll shut out God sometimes and blame Him for our bad days and blame Him for feeling unloved. It's a part of our nature. But just try to put it into perspective and know that God is literally the essence of love and that He'll always care for us and be there for us. He'll love us even when we don't. Love is the most powerful thing in this earth and outside of this earth that we can hold possession of. God blessed us with the ability to love, and He even tells us why we can have the ability to love in the first place in 1 John 4:19 when He says, "We love because He first loved us." So use it today, because God loves you and He calls you to love. Love may transcend our understanding, but it doesn't mean we can't use it. So seriously, love like never before because God gives us so much of it. Love like Jesus.